Welcome back to this week's Motorsport Podcast. I'm Carrie.
And I'm Mike.
And we are here to chat about one of my favorite races from a historical standpoint.
But the worst race of the year.
I wouldn't say it's the worst race of the year.
What is worse? Exactly.
I don't really like Zandvoort.
Okay, well.
But I think it's like a Dutch thing.
This is the last one, so.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the Monaco Grand Prix, where we watched them do the formation lap for 70, was it 9 laps?
Well, so I do want to give some credit to F1.
For trying. Yeah. Failed, but tried.
Absolutely failed, but they tried.
I wouldn't even say like a valiant effort, like just like a...
Yeah, this was...
like a D level effort.
Yeah, I which is a shame, because as you say, it is such a historical race. So prestigious, so I don't know what the word is.
I mean, this is like the Kentucky Derby of F1 races. Like, people want to win it because they want to win Monaco.
Yeah.
Like, even Lando Norris was saying, like, this is something like my grandkids, like, I'm gonna tell my grandkids, like, it's like you won Monaco.
Exactly.
It's not, or maybe he said kids, whatever it is. It's the name that
the prestige,
yeah. And it's unfortunate because I feel like the excitement really happens in quali, right?
Yeah. I mean, really, that's the sport behind it, is quali.
Yeah.
Outside of quali, there's nothing to the race. Like, you may as well have 2 qualifying sessions, and I think people will be much more excited.
I will say I think that this was better than last year, because last year Charles just drove at like a snail's pace. So it was interesting because it was almost like there was 2 distinctly different races being run.
Yes.
And we're basically talking those ahead of Liam Lawson and those behind Liam Lawson. Where...
Yeah. Though, to Liam's credit, he did a good job of
holding everyone up,
of doing exactly what he was supposed to do.
It was a strategy, right?
And the strategy absolutely worked, right? Like, he was able to give Isaac Hadjar 2 free pit stops.
Yeah. Well, and what else are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, there's really not any overtake area. So, what, in the absence of that, what are you supposed to do?
That's my question to this current generation of drivers. Either Monaco it's actually impossible to pass at in current cars.
Well, no, because, I mean,
or
there were overtakes.
There was one.
But how did Lewis end up ahead?
It's pit strategy.
Oh, yeah.
The only overtake that I saw
was the
on track
one?
Was Lance Stroll.
No, so then you missed another one. You were sleeping.
Oh, well.
Somebody fell asleep a little bit. It was Kimi and Bortoletto, because that's when Bortoletto crashed.
Right, yes,
because he had just passed Kimi, and then Kimi was like basically right there again.
Yeah.
And he crashed.
Yeah. But so then why doesn't...
So not a successful overtake.
Yeah, exactly. So back to my original question of either it's impossible to overtake at Monaco in this current car, or you have a generation of drivers who are not willing to take the risk to attempt an overtake.
Well, I think because the problem is like you end up in a wall.
Right.
Right.
Which that outlines an extremely serious problem for Formula One.
But
it's not like Singapore where it's difficult to overtake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's actually impossible to overtake.
I wouldn't say impossible.
But then you have Lewis Hamilton, the greatest driver of all time, and you have Max Verstappen, the greatest currently, 0 overtakes.
Yeah, no, I think it's just it's challenging, right?
Yeah, but more than challenging.
Yeah, like it has to be like, I think all the stars have to line up.
Right.
But I'm wondering, so there's that like chicane area where it's like where George was decided to flow through and take the 5-second penalty, which didn't happen. He got a drive-through penalty. Could they not make that an overtake area?
Make it straight.
Like, does it have to be a chicane?
Yeah.
Or could it be something else?
Make it a straight, and that gives an opportunity.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Because you're not going to get like overtaken there every single time.
No.
Right? So, but it would give the opportunity for like, the mandatory 2 pit stop, great. But then I think they need to do something else in some areas.
Yeah. It was disappointing that it ended up being a race like that. It's just...
I thought it was more interesting. I think it was more interesting than last year.
I agree with you 100%.
Because you didn't really know what was going to happen.
No, you didn't.
Right? So it wasn't like Charles is going to win unless he crashes into a wall.
Yes.
This was more... I mean, had there been a red flag at the end...
Something could have happened.
Max would have won.
Yep.
Right? So it wasn't good.
No.
But it was definitely it was an improvement. So
yes.
Hopefully they take that and they take driver feedback and team principal feedback and modify again, because I think everybody wants to keep Monaco. Like, Monaco has been running since 1929. It's from the start of the championship series.
Yeah.
People love it, and it's well attended.
Oh yeah.
I think it's just, and quali's exciting.
Yeah. But I think they have to do a physical track change to Monaco. I don't think that the solution to Monaco to make it even somewhat interesting will come with implementing rules or regulations that they have to... they could make 20 pit stops.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, George was joking in his post-race interviews. He's like, oh, I think we should have a button that turns on the sprinklers, And Max is saying, well, we should, have... It's like Mario Kart now.
Yeah.
We should have bananas put on the track.
Pills, yeah.
Right? The drivers hate it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Unless you've qualified in P1.
Yeah. They hate it.
Yeah. You're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
So, I get it. I don't think it's ever going to be a track that overtakes are easy, but I think there's definitely opportunities around the track that you can see visually where they could modify it to make it at least possible.
Yeah. Shorten a barrier, extend a barrier, as you say, remove a chicane.
And maybe it's a gutsy overtake and you're not going to get every driver attempting it, but at least some movement. Because
put a crane there so that when someone crashes, they can remove the car quickly.
Yeah. Because the current strategy is drive slow so I don't crash.
Yeah.
Or do this team thing where it was holding everybody up.
Yeah. And I was saying to you as we were watching the race, the times I woke up, is I wish they had a different graphic for this strategy call, because it was so...
it was more of a prediction.
Yes.
Here's what we think is going to happen.
And I didn't know what graphic should be, but I felt that there needed F1 TV needs something on there so that people aren't just oh my God, what am I watching here?
Well, the pit stops, I think, definitely needed to stay up longer because that was really the critical part. But yeah, I agree. It was, I don't know, it was weird.
I did laugh at Toto after the race saying they forgot about the required 2 pit stops.
No, you didn't, Toto.
No, you didn't. But I think it says something when, you have James Vowles apologizing to Toto.
Texting him mid-race.
Yeah. Saying, sorry, bud, this is our strategy.
Sorry we're doing this to you.
Right.
Because RB did it to them. So they did it to Mercedes. It was just the cascading effect.
Yeah. And Mercedes just got the short end of the stick that they didn't do it first.
Well, that they had
that they were so
quali.
far back. Yeah, because of quali that, it's... I don't know. I honestly, I was expecting a Singapore 2008 situation where all of a sudden Yuki was going to get a signal of drive into a wall.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised when they called Max into box.
Yes.
And the last, I was huh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but that truly shocked me that they pulled him in.
Yeah.
Because he had to pit.
Yeah.
But I was it was unexpected that was the outcome.
Yeah. That they followed the rules.
Yeah. I was huh, okay, I guess this is how this is ending.
Yeah. I was very happy that the stewards gave George the significant penalty for cutting across that chicane.
Yes and no, because I feel it's yes, he should be penalized. Absolutely. But he's doing that because he's like, this is how stupid this is.
Yeah.
This is how stupid.
But I think had they not given it
then everybody would just do that.
Then the precedent would be take the penalty.
Yeah.
You can make these moves on track that are completely against rules. And
I mean, kind of what Max does every other race.
No. I think that's dramatic.
It is not dramatic. Like if we were sitting here and I had the clips, I'd be like, roll the clips. Here's the receipts.
Roll the tapes.
So here's where he's done it to Lando. Here's where he's done it to Oscar.
But he's not purposefully cutting a corner.
He is. He absolutely is. He is taking a corner at an angle that cannot be like, no. He's doing it. He's just not being like, I'm doing this. So like, I mean, George kind of was like,
I'm doing it.
So like called attention to his crime. Max is
and then did it twice.
Yeah, Max just like blames everybody else. And he does the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So FIA, where is Max's drive-through penalty for all of those infractions?
We'll see if we get a response.
Yeah. And maybe I will find all those instances.
And do a clip show of...
And here's my petty
receipts. Here's the example, yeah.
Here you go. Yeah. We didn't even talk about who won. Lando.
Yeah.
Bleh.
I mean, it is exciting for him. It narrows the championship margin.
Yeah.
Right?
I felt bad for Oscar.
Yeah.
And Charles.
But I mean, this is... Lando put in an exceptional quali lap.
Absolutely. You cannot take that away from him.
Right? Which, that's his advantage over Oscar right now.
I'm surprised he held it together because, like, I feel like Lando tends to make more errors than Max, Charles, Oscar. I'm surprised he held it together with Charles on his butt for that many laps.
Yeah.
Because he knows Charles is a strong driver. And
absolutely.
Charles is one of the people that, like, those three would go for the move, right?
Yes.
If there was a spot to overtake, they would exploit it and find it.
Yeah.
And, like, he held it together, which kudos to him. I didn't think that he was going... I thought if anyone was going to make a mistake and crash, it was going to be... Like, I mean, aside from the obvious people at the back, I felt like it was going to be him.
Yeah, but then, I mean, he was pretty dialed in. And then last lap, when he's not under pressure from Charles, you know, and doesn't have Max ahead, throws in a fastest lap to show, hey, I can do it. This was strategy.
Yeah, whatever.
That was to his haters.
Me?
Yeah. That I think that was directed directly to you. And I think in the post-race interview, when he was looking at the camera, he was speaking directly to you.
Mm-hmm.
As an avid listener, as I'm sure he is.
You know what? Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I knew based on quali, barring something catastrophic, like this was going to be the outcome.
Yes.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, at the end of Saturday, you really know what the finish is going to be.
Pretty much, yeah. Like unless somebody has like the year that Valtteri's tire wouldn't come off.
Right.
Like unless,
yeah.
And let me tell you, I prayed for that so hard when he, both of his pit stops. I was like, please do not come off. Do not come off.
Yeah.
And the F1 gods did not grant me my wishes. No,
they didn't deliver.
So it's fine. I'll move past it. There's always next week.
Yes, there is. But I really hope that Formula One FIA take a good hard look at the track.
They are, though, because they made changes this year. And like, while it wasn't enough,
I think this year, especially the commentary from the principals, the commentators, the drivers, the fans.
Like it's not enough.
If they're not listening at this point,
what
are they going to do?
They're going to, because they made changes. I think at least they started somewhere, right? Like,
yeah. I do like the idea of adding some type of weaponry in, per Max's suggestion of making it Mario Kart.
Banana peels?
Do something, you know?
Well, he would be like Donkey Kong or whatever, who would just drive directly into people.
Yeah.
Okay, so I read this article.
He'd be Bowser.
I like Max now.
Oh.
I'm not a Max fan, but he is taking further steps to prove like his likability.
Yeah.
He donated his bonus last year to building homes for the homeless. It was like almost $13 million. I was like, oh.
Should I go get my Red Bull hat and you can wear that proudly?
Absolutely not. Never. Because I hate Christian Horner. I will never like that man. He could donate $100 million to the homeless and I still wouldn't like him.
What if he gets fired?
I mean, no. But I was like, oh, I guess I can only have like one who I dislike the most, and that person is Lando right now.
Yeah, he's been Max has been overtaken.
Which I never
Lando.
thought possible.
No. Yeah, you've been anti-Max for...
years.
Yeah.
Since the inception of Max.
Yeah.
I've never once liked Max.
No. Yeah, you've always been against him.
Yeah.
Well.
But I was like, oh, damn it. I don't want to like you.
But now you do.
But you know what, though? It's been a gradual conversion because I cheer for Max over Lando. And yeah. I'm like, I like McLaren.
Yeah.
But I like Oscar. I don't like Lando.
Yeah. You like the team McLaren.
Yes.
And Oscar, not Lando.
Correct.
You like Max now, not Red Bull, not Christian Horner.
Okay, so maybe like is not the right term.
Biggest fan?
Yeah, I'm going to start a fan club.
Yeah.
No, I've always recognized his talent.
Yes.
But I feel like his likability as a person is improving.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm glad you're taking the steps to...
I'm sure he's relieved too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He felt the loathing. But anyway, so I thought I would share that. Did you also see, I laughed when I read it, Adrian Newey, his positive, what is it? I guess positive words about Lance Stroll.
Oh, I did not see this and I'm so excited.
He basically was, so he was saying he thinks that people don't give Lance enough credit, that
sure.
like they're he's like undervalued as a driver. And if you, like he has performed really well against his teammates, which have included Checo, Fernando, Seb. And I just laughed. Like I was like, Adrian, like you have accepted the money from Lawrence and you're just now like, okay, so here's the thing. I love Sebastian Vettel so much because he was like, fuck this family.
Yeah.
No, you cannot pay me enough.
Yeah.
Fernando is like all about the Strolls. And now Newey is all about the Strolls.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's when Lord Voldemort gets his hands into you, you know, it's the power.
It's if they want to pay me, I will also become Team Stroll. I can be bought too.
You have
I don't have the morals of Seb.
But you've seen the $260 million yacht that he just had made. It's nice, you know?
Yeah.
It goes a long way.
Yeah. You know what? I will give him credit, like Lawrence Stroll, because he is doing everything to make his son's dream come true.
That's true. Yes.
And if I had the resources he had, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
Like, you can't fault the man for, like, trying to achieve this shared passion that he has with his child.
Yeah.
So, it's just funny. Like, listen.
So now we're a Lawrence Stroll fan as well.
I wouldn't say it. No. I think it's commendable, though. He is spending a lot of money. He's, like, hemorrhaging money.
Yeah.
Because it's not turning around as fast as you would have thought it would. And he is, like, listen, I have always liked Lance Stroll more than you have liked Lance Stroll.
That's true.
I've stuck up for him countless times. I don't think he's the most consistent driver.
No.
I think he needs to work on that. I do think he is talented.
I give Lance some credit.
Just some?
Some. I believe he got to Formula One under mostly merit. He had strong previous experiences, and I think he was a solid rookie driver to come into F1. I think his longevity in F1
it's because of his dad.
Is what frustrates me.
Yeah.
Because he has never had a truly positive season, and no
but you
other
could say the same
driver.
about like Nico Hulkenberg.
Absolutely,
has he done?
Nothing. He's done nothing either.
What grinds my gears is that like my Valtteri
Exactly
is on the sidelines
Yes.
because of Nico Hulkenberg.
I know,
sitting in a seat doing nothing.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that. I don't believe Nico Hulkenberg should have a seat either.
No,
I think he should have been replaced years ago.
Absolutely.
By a rookie driver, and cycle through rookie drivers until you find solid talent. I think signing Nico is great. We know someone who can make the car around the track without crashing it and give us data.
Yeah.
That's it. We're not going to get points.
Well,
or if we do,
German too.
It's going to be small numbers. We're not going to get podiums. That's it.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, hate Lawrence Stroll as much as you want. The man wants a world championship.
100% he does, yeah.
He's not there for like, just to be another team.
No.
And like he is making moves suggesting, I get like Lance is still there, but he's making moves beyond Lance.
Yes.
That suggest he is taking this seriously.
Yeah, I think he is the most influential owner.
Yeah. Besides Toto.
I think he's even more influential. I think the only, because he is putting, as you say, billions of dollars of his own money into this to make his son's dream come true, as you say,
yeah,
and to win a world championship.
Yeah.
He is serious about making that happen. I think he is the only part of him, only part that I think is out of touch is that he thinks Lance will actually do it. Right? I think Aston Martin could be a championship team, but in reality, it's not going to be with Lance. Could he get Lance to win a race? I think so.
Yeah, I think Lance could do a lot more than he is doing currently. Yes. I think that I also agree. I don't think he's going to win a world championship just because I don't think Lance cares enough.
I agree.
I think he loved racing.
Yep.
I think he loved karting. I think he loved the other formulas. I think he loved, when he first went into Formula One.
Exactly.
But I think he just isn't passionate like he needs to be.
I think he's lost that.
Yeah. Well, I get it. Like,
yeah,
you can only drive at the back of the pack for so long, and then you're like, okay, this sucks.
Yes.
And you want to move on.
But he does still have the somewhat delusional mentality of, he made that comment saying, if you have the top drivers driving a Sauber for 10 years, they would also have the same. And it's like, no, because that's been proven to not be the case.
Yeah.
But, absolutely, you drive a bad car for 10 years, your motivation, your enthusiasm, all of that's going to go down.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, though, how much of that is like what he thinks and says, or if he just like parrots what his dad says.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he kind of reminds me of like a little kid sometimes, where they just like repeat what their parent says.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like I feel bad for him in a regard, because like I feel like his legacy in F1 is just going to be this.
Yeah, it's not going to be
his dad paid his way.
Yeah.
So like it would be interesting if like you could just look at him objectively without his dad.
Yes.
As a driver, because like it'd be interesting to measure him up against like a Nico.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like you should do that.
I'll
My laziness will prevent me from doing that.
Dig into the numbers, yeah.
But no, it'd be really interesting though, because like how much is he consistently finishing further ahead, right? Like, I don't know. I think there's other drivers that probably deserve more of a target than Lance on their back.
Okay, fair. Liam Lawson.
Who actually had a good race aside from his driving as slow as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a strategy. I get it. Like it was.
Yeah.
But he qualified well.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see the start in F2?
You showed it to me. Yes. It was wild.
Chaos. Like that was. That was the most intense start I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Like, granted, I didn't watch anything after that, so I don't know what happened. But like, I'm kind of curious as to how many cars remained after that.
Yeah, I don't know. A bunch crashed, though.
Yeah. And like where they crashed. Like, going back to F1 now, because I'm just jumping all over the place. Like, Bortoletto's crash, like, I thought he was done.
Yeah.
And he drove back to the pits, fixed the car, and off he went.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah. Like, surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where did he finish? 14th.
Yeah. I mean, that's up from where he started.
So he crashed the car and still finished out of Lance Stroll. And Nico Hulkenberg.
Oh, jeez.
Our two targets.
Oh, man.
That's funny. I enjoy that.
That's that's a tough one for them.
That is a tough one.
Yeah.
But it was a good day for RB because like a 6th and an 8th.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Hadjar's qualifying was impressive.
It's funny because I feel like he doesn't get the credit that he deserves.
No, he's not.
Like, I feel like everyone's like, oh, he's the quiet crier. And he's not. Like, I feel like, really good.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see
he's
like,
proving himself.
What happens with the rest of I hope he doesn't just like hang in that team. You know, like Pierre was there for just too long.
Yeah. Or
Yuki's
been there, yeah.
Yeah, like it just feels like you're not progressing.
Yes.
I hope the same doesn't happen to him.
Yeah,
I
hopefully
think he
switches, more. Gets to a different team and gets more of a shot.
Yeah. So some things I thought were interesting about Monaco. So this is regarded as one of the races of the motorsport Triple Crown. Mm-hmm. So like one of the races that drivers want to win along with the Indianapolis 500.
Sure.
And the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Yeah.
So interesting, right? Like it also is the only Grand Prix that does not adhere to the FIA's mandated 305 kilometer or 190 mile race distance for Formula One races.
Huh.
Just because they don't have the length in Monaco. So they are stuck by that. Can you guess who has won the most wins at this track from a driver?
At Monaco? Mm. I'm going to say, I don't know. My thought initially goes to Lewis because he won it with both McLaren and Mercedes. Schumacher.
We have a hamster named after this fellow.
Oh, Senna?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you guess the most constructor wins?
Ferrari.
McLaren.
Oh. They probably said that over the weekend and I just didn't hear it.
Maybe. You might have been when you were sleeping.
My little cat naps during the race?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You know what? It's, I think, beautiful. Like that. It's just, I think, like such a prestigious race. And I think like the scenery, I've said it a million times, the scenery is stunning. Like it's just super iconic. And I hope that they take the feedback and change it into what it should be.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I really hope so. Because it would be so nice if people were excited for Monaco, not just because it's Monaco.
Right.
But also because
it's an exciting race.
It gave a great race.
Yeah. Which is, like, not to keep comparing it to the Kentucky Derby, but that's an exciting race, right?
Yeah.
Like, they've done a great job in preserving that. And like it's the most coveted win,
right? Even
though it's not the highest like amount of money you can win in horse racing, it's still the one that they want to win the most. But it's also like a great spectacle and show.
Yeah.
And the race itself is incredible to watch. And I think that it would be a shame if Monaco just like if they didn't take all of this feedback and turn it into something positive.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I truly hope so, but.
Did you see like all of so people were hating on Monaco because I guess the general admission ticket prices are like fairly expensive for what it is. And they were showing like how shitty those tickets, like you can see nothing basically. It's like you need binoculars, you need to like strain your neck.
Yeah.
And you might glimpse
might see a flash of a corner. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, the only benefit is they're going so slow in comparison to other tracks that you get a better view of the car.
Right. So something to keep in mind. If you're going to a track, maybe skip Monaco unless you want to actually buy a ticket.
Yeah. I mean, but then there's the party. There's the glitz, the glam.
I don't think the person who is buying the general admission ticket
is going to. They're not.
Just a guess.
They're not hitting the big parties. They're not.
They are not getting the invite to the party.
No, they're not hanging out with the crown prince or whoever it is.
They're not on a yacht.
No.
But yeah, like there's probably better races that you could go to
Yeah.
and actually see something.
Yeah, better bang for your buck on that one.
Anything else you'd like to chat about?
I'm reading that Otmar Safnauer
Oh God, he just needs to go away.
has articles coming out saying he is pushing for a 12th team in F1. He is not saying who his engine supplier is, nor is he saying who his financial backers are. Yeah.
It's funny because like of all of the team principals not in F1 anymore, he would be the bottom of my list on those to bring back.
Yeah.
I'm picking Carlos Sainz.
Yeah. I think he'd be...
Carlos, call me. Form a team. I'm not going to say who my engine supplier is. I'm not going to say who my backer is either.
Now, are you saying Carlos Sainz Sr.
I would
as the principal with Junior as the driver?
Oh, yeah, that would be an interesting combination.
Good duo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Carlos Sainz apparently is eyeballing top FIA job with Bin Suleiman.
I feel like, and I don't know because I'm not sure what the criteria is around this, but I feel like that would be a direct conflict of interest when your son is still actively racing.
That is one argument that is being made.
Like, sure, when Carlos is done,
yeah,
go for it. But then he's going to be a team principal for my team. So
exactly, yeah. So I mean, from what I've read, Susie Wolf was apparently also eyeballing the role.
Also, that would be a conflict of interest.
Exactly. And then Carlos Sainz Sr. looking at it.
Should I do it?
I think, you know what? I think you throw your hat in the ring.
How do I do it?
I don't know the answer to that. But apparently...
Delusional? Check. Too much self-confidence? Check.
Yep, I'm there. Yeah, apparently Bin Suleiman is saying that he's asking to be able to veto any candidates before the whole process takes place. So he's pushing for basically full control to basically be like, I'm going to let you...
Like it's a dictatorship?
Yeah.
That's great.
So we'll see if that changes. And we'll see if Safnauer ends up getting a 12th team into F1.
He just needs to go away.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's been 10 teams for a while now, since, 2016?
I'm not against 12 teams.
Yeah.
I just find him to be an annoying person.
Yeah. He's not who I would want to bring back for an 11th or 12th team.
Like, I feel like he knows the same amount about F1 as I do.
I think he might know a little bit more, but...
Disagree. Absolutely disagree.
I wonder
when you hear him...
Is there a test we can put?
I don't know, but I bet you I would ace it. When you hear him interviewed, are you like, that is a man who is like a great racing mind?
No, and that's... Yeah, I don't see him as the best leader.
No.
For sure.
Like, he gives off like really weak vibes.
Yeah.
I'm not against the 12th team, but I want it to be like a good team.
Well, yeah. I think that's the thing.
Like, we don't need another Haas.
No, and that's what I was going to say. Is like, we've got Cadillac coming in next year for the 11th team, which I think...
Yeah.
But we'll see what it brings, right? They're going to have a Ferrari engine next year.
A bunch of Jersey fans.
Yeah. That's... Yeah. DJ Pauly D is going to be...
all over
it. Yeah.
He might even be an investor.
You know what? I would support it. I would be all over that. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be another... the only thing I could see Haas selling to Toyota and having them have more of an involvement. Like, have Toyota come back in to F1. But, I mean, they left for a reason, so...
Yeah.
Who knows?
Andretti, maybe.
Well, but he got denied it before, so why would they say
what
yes?
Did he do? Like, who did he piss off so much?
Right? Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't talk about Monaco a ton. We We deviated quite a bit.
But I mean, what is there to talk about, right?
Nothing.
Like
Not much.
Exciting strategy plays, you know. I bet you all of the former race engineers and tire strategists thought this was the best race ever. Like Ruth Buscombe was like, this is fantastic. She loved it.
I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. I think she recognized the improvement over previous years,
sure.
And it was more interesting. Recognize the improvement, recognize that there still is tons of room for improvement.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. Okay. So next week is Spain.
Yeah.
I do love this race. I think it's a good one.
I think this will be good. I think this is a very good way to end off this triple header. We've had the down in Monaco. I think this is going to be a wave up.
Listen, it wasn't as exciting as some races are, but they all can't be the best. So I'm excited for Spain. So Spain predictions. I'm going to go Oscar, Max, Lewis.
Oh, okay.
Then Charles.
Oh, wow.
I think Lando will crash.
Oh, bold.
I hope he crashes. I don't want him to get hurt, but I just want him to crash.
Yeah. You want him out of the race.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's going to be a McLaren podium with Max on it, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to say Oscar for the win.
Because I think Oscar is going to be like, oh, no, you don't.
Yeah. You're not trying
This is my championship.
This is my championship year. Yeah, I agree. But I think it'll be Oscar, Lando, Max, and then hopefully Ferrari right up with them.
Okay. So we will be back next week to talk about the Spanish Grand Prix. Thanks for listening. Motorsport Podcast is a Vorbeck Media production. Follow us on Instagram at MotorsportPod. You can listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or our YouTube page, Motorsport Pod. Bye.